I went through a lot of crazy shit as an entrepreneur, and I was able to actually fix some of the deeper mental damage that all of this crazy shit that I went through did for me. And on this YouTube channel and in these videos from now on, I really want to address some of these topics more and more, because a good friend of mine told me the best way to grow on YouTube to like 10, 20, 30K subscribers is to provide a bunch of value. So now you can be sure that you will get a lot of value from these YouTube videos, because I will literally share very personal stories, how I went from almost like feeling depressed, feeling nothing, feeling numb, to feeling more joy again, making the most money ever in my life, like becoming more successful, meeting amazing people, and all of these things. And the main topic of this video is probably the biggest thing that successful people struggle with. And no matter if you make 5,000 per month or if you make 500,000 or 5 million per month, like, you should listen to what I have to say, because this is relevant for everyone. I live a very crazy life. I travel a lot. Currently, I don't really spend more than 1 week in a single place. I meet many high level people. I have crazy shit that I do with these high level people. Like, we run an events company, an online community for successful people. So all we do is travel and do crazy fun shit together, right? And I was at a point where I was literally feeling no emotions. I was feeling completely numb. Like, good things would happen to me, like crazy, like 5-figure payments hit my bank in one day, and I don't really care. At the same time, like, very bad things can happen to me, like very bad news from a doctor or whatever, and I don't really care. So overall, I literally felt nothing. I felt numb, as I said at the start. And I know that not only I struggle with this, but many people out there struggle with this as well. Can be multiple reasons. Reason number one is just like you struggling so much if you're on the lower end, like if you're starting out, like building your business, not achieving like or living up to your highest potential, and just like struggling all the time, which makes you become numb. On the other side, like the high dopamine hits if you're already very successful, like money is worth nothing to you. Even like me, my relationship with money is like completely fucked basically. At the same time, like, you're experiencing crazy shit all the time, so you can't really value crazy shit anymore. Basically, like, your whole dopamine levels are completely like out of place and out of system. So there's different reasons for different people why you literally feel nothing anymore. And I feel like the longer you are in this game, obviously the worse it gets. And at the start, I thought it was just myself who experiences this, because I didn't have too many people who openly talked about these things. So I just thought it was me. But then we had an event 2 weeks ago in Romania where I talked to a very close friend of mine. And when I opened up about these things, he said, "Bro, I feel the same." And then another friend said, "Bro, I feel the same." And then suddenly everyone felt the same on this trip, right? And for me, I'm lucky and fortunate enough where I can say, okay, I've overcome these struggles actually, right? So I will explain the whole story to you, but at the same time, I want to give you more context, and I also want to give you like the cure, the medicine that helped me, which is turns out to be very simple. So I flew to Canada. I went there to meet a few friends from the online space, spent some time with them, record a baller vlog that is linked here in the end if you want to watch it. And yeah, I then also like randomly I came across this girl, and I talked with her as well, like talked with her about like my life, about many different things. You know how it is when you meet many people. And then she asked me like, "Hey, like, are you looking forward to seeing your friends again? Like, when you come back home, are you looking forward to seeing your family, especially after traveling so much?" And I then, like, completely honestly, I said no, like, not really. I don't really care too much about it. Not because like I don't want to, but because like I just don't have feelings towards this. Like, I don't feel any excitement or like feel any joy. Like, I go back, I see my parents, I see my friends. And she was like, why is that? Like, what's wrong? And I literally said, like, many people who join us in Helix, who come to our events, who come to our trips, who join the community, they have a lack of all of these connections. They have a lack of people they can resonate with and they can spend a lot of time with. Whereas on the flip side, I have an abundance of these. So I could fill like a 60 hours work week with just like having 1 hour conversations with like people that I know very well, like from the community, from outside of the community. And I honestly said, like, for me, it's like you can take away anyone that's in my life right now, and I probably wouldn't like really feel a difference, because I'm so caught up with work, caught up with planning, with finances, with upcoming trips, with stress, with health, with all of these different things, that I kind of like don't have the mental cap space to care genuinely, like literally just like care about the people around me, or like care about the things that I have. And this this just made me emotionally very exhausted, just like you probably are as well. And what happened then was that, I can give you an example, like we went through the most expensive hotel in Switzerland that you can go to. Like, it is on the top of the mountain, you oversee the whole lake, it is very, very beautiful. And I was there and I look at it and I'm like, where everyone was like, oh, this is so great, this is so amazing, I was just like, okay, it's cool, like, done, like, I don't really care. When I was in Canada, we went to the Niagara Falls, like, to see it, and then I was like looking at the Niagara Falls where everyone would be like, wow, this is so amazing. I was like, okay, looks cool, let's go home again. So like this, like with experiences, but also with money, like 5, 10, 15K payments hit, it doesn't really matter. Okay, cool, like payments hit, like I don't really care. So on the good side of things, like I didn't really care at all. But at the same time, like the bad side of things, like something bad can happen to me, like car crash, this, that, whatever that I had recently, or other bad things that always happen to you in your life. I was like, okay, I also don't care. It's just like having this baseline and you don't really have like these emotional ups and downs at all. And then I had like this conversation with this girl, and then she just looked at me and she just said like, you know how fucked up this sounds, right? Like, you should probably go talk to a therapist about all of these things because you just don't sound healthy. And I just thought to myself, like, she's probably right. Like, this does not sound healthy at all. And what she then advised me to do was that she next day, like, literally write down on a full page what I'm grateful for and what I appreciate in my life. And that's what I did. So next day I think I sat down for half an hour to like 30 to 60 minutes. I literally wrote like 2-3 pages in my journal. I write down I wrote down what I was grateful for, like literally every single friend, every single connection that I have, like in my life, all the money, all the traveling, what people do for me in my life, like my parents, my friends, acquaintances, females, like everyone basically. And this kind of like set this energy free inside of me, because I was just like suppressing it all the time. Because my biggest issue was, and now I'm coming like into this whole cure side of things, is that I could not appreciate and be grateful for what I had/have in my life, because I was just like so looking at the future, looking at, okay, I have all of these problems to fix, I have all of this shit going on, that I could literally not like sit here and be like, wow, I have this beautiful view behind me, amazing people around me, I make a lot of money, and literally be happy with that, right? You always like constantly live in the future, live in like not in the present moment, because you have like 50 other things on your mind, and what you just have is like a lack of appreciation and a lack of gratitude. So what I did was writing down what I was grateful for, what I am grateful for, and what I appreciate the most in my life. And as I said, like this kind of like set all this positive energy free inside of me. And the next day, I wouldn't say like I almost started crying, but I got very emotional. Like when certain friends texted me, I was like, wow, I'm so grateful. Like I have this person in my life, I have this person in my life, I have this person in my life. And this is not like, you should not take these things for granted, but I was an idiot. Like I took many things for granted, and that's why, even though like if you look objectively at my life, like everyone would have like traded places with me, like switched places, saying, hey, I would love to live your life, but I didn't enjoy living my life, right? Because I just like didn't feel good, like feel joy. Like I don't know the last time in my life when I felt joy, but after joy and genuine excitement, but after writing all of these things down, after doing what I said I was gonna do, I felt a lot better, like honestly. So after going when going to the airport, when I came back like from my trip from Canada, I felt excitement. I was like, wow, I'm really looking forward to see my parents again. I'm really looking forward to see my best friends in Munich, for example, again. Like I'm really looking forward to all these things. And then when I was there, I just sat down with all of these people, like with my loved ones basically, and I loved it. Like I felt appreciation. I was like, I'm sitting home, I'm like, Mom, I'm so grateful for you. Dad, I'm so grateful for you. My friends, I'm so grateful for you guys. Like I appreciate the little things. And that's a crazy thing. It's like we're always in the chase of excellence, fulfilling our highest potential, doing all of these crazy things, that we're so obsessed with this. But obviously money doesn't buy happiness. It's true. Like you can be happy in a Porsche, blah blah, like all of these memes, but if you fail to appreciate like the little things, you will genuinely like never feel joy and happiness in your life. And that's why what I do, what really helped me like flip my whole life around, was once per week I literally write like a gratitude journal. I write like a journal of what I am grateful for, and basically like what is happening in my life like the past week, the main things that come to my mind. And then what I also do is I just like write down 10 points that I'm grateful for. So I don't just say, hey, I'm grateful for the money I make or whatever, or like the new people that we onboarded or my friends, but I say I'm grateful for, let's just say Zach, for example, a friend of mine that I just was on a call with. I'm grateful for Zach because he is an amazing friend, and we grew so much closer together the past few months, and I can always have great conversations about faith and religion and Christianity with him, for example. That's just one example. So you don't just like say one thing, I'm like grateful for my friends or for my health. Like, no, you're grateful for XYZ because XYZ, right? And doing this every Sunday is so amazing because we're so caught up in shit that like I forgot what I did past week, let alone past month or like 2 or 3 months ago. And this way you just build this diary of shit that you're grateful for, and you're like, man, like I'm ending this week with so much like gratitude and with so many positive things, and I'm starting the next week with so many positive things. So I literally did that yesterday, and I can just like really advise you to do the same, because again, in the end, nothing's worth anything if you're burned out, if you don't feel well, if you don't like the shit that you're doing. And I was in that position. There's a high chance you probably are as well, and I genuinely just encourage you to do this one thing. Like after this video, don't watch anything else, don't even watch one of my other videos. Like now pause this video and just like write down for 10, 15, 20 minutes what you're grateful for and why, and then you will already feel a change. I don't do this every single day because I feel like, yeah, after 1 week, like you amass more things that you can just like in the end be grateful for. And the fun thing is, like half a year ago I met a person who told me I should do this because she does this and it works well for her, and I was like, yeah, sounds cool, but I didn't do it. And then like I just started doing it, and I just like feel the impact that it has, right? I just do it with 10 things, and I feel like you should do the same for sure, and I encourage you to do it. And then please let me know in the comments like your thoughts about these whole topics. Also thoughts about like me recording more videos with real life examples of what I'm going through in my life, and like what you can implement or take away from this, because it is actually like quite a lot. And yeah, let me know what you're grateful for, please, in the comments. I would really love to hear that, love to engage in conversations. And if you have any like other video ideas, topics, whatever, let me know. Like this video, subscribe to the channel in case you haven't done so. And I wish you a great start to your week or rest of your week, and I wish you a lot of joy and excitement in your life, because that's genuinely like the best feeling that you can have, that I missed out on for so long, that I have now. And yeah, much love. See you in the next video. Bye bye.